Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna tell you why you should be excited for our Western release of Lost Ark, or for Lost Ark in general as a game, if you enjoy PvP or if you're a full-on hardcore PvP player. I'm gonna give you the rundown of the PvP system, how it works, the things you can do in it, etc. This is the final version of PvP. I don't know if I want to call it the final because it's being improved every other month. But this is a finalized, the goal that they wanted to reach from the get-go with the PvP system. I believe that they have reached it with the beginning of season 2, and we are in such a sweet spot right now with the PvP system that it just makes me very excited only thinking about it, and I want to tell you everything about it so that you would see as a PvP player what a clean, pure, amazing, fun part of the game PvP is in Lost Ark. Before we get there, allow me 1 minute for a quick word from today's sponsor. Hey man, what's up?
Nothing much. Just playing some games, waiting for Lost Ark.
Let's see how you're spending your precious time. Oh, stop it with this. Let me show you a really cool game, Raid Shadow Legends. With 500 heroes to collect, and on top of that a few million artifacts which change these heroes according to, I guess, your luck and also your preference, equipping artifacts on them, there's literally very few chances of you finding another team with exactly the same specs and skills and playstyle as you have. A very in-depth game, I might say, something that looks really cool visually, and just because of what I said so far, it's worth clicking my links in the description below and getting yourself going in Raid Shadow Legends. But on top of that, it's also available on mobile and PC. Last month Raid had their biggest update ever, which included the release of this dungeon called the Doom Tower. 120 floors, and you progress through them as you get better and better. Many secret rooms there's in there, and 12 really badass bosses to fight at specific levels of the tower. There's really never been a better time to start playing, and the best part is that the Raid team is giving away a bunch of free goodies plus a super special champion to help everyone get started in this Doom Tower. It's called the Bulwark, and he's absolutely awesome in clan boss fights, and he's also gonna be of huge help in the tower against those 12 bosses that I mentioned. So if you wanna get this huge start in Raid, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. They are my referral links. You get to them through me, and you also help me a lot, for which I'm very grateful. And as a new player, you're gonna get your free Void champion, this Bulwark, 50 gems, an XP booster, some energy refills, and even an ancient shard as soon as you get in game. These rewards, you can find them in your account inbox, which is located right here at the main screen in the top right corner. Please remember that these rewards will only be available for the next 30 days and only for brand new players. And having that said, I thank you so much for watching so far. Let's get into all of the goodness and amazingness, if that's even a word, of the PvP system in Lost Ark. First of all, let me just get some quick facts out of the way. In Lost Ark, 99% of the PvP is instanced in the form of arenas, various types of arenas. We're gonna get to that in a moment, but open world PvP is almost non-existent. There are a couple of places in the world of Lost Ark, a couple of islands around the world on which you can do some open world PvP, on which gear matters, etc. But most PvP is instanced, and this open world PvP on the islands is just basically an event that you do a couple of times in your life to get that island's heart, and then you never go there again. Having that said, instance PvP in Lost Ark divides itself into two different categories. One of them is guild PvP, for which you have to be part of a guild, and then the officers or the guild leader can queue you up at specific pre-designated times around the week for this particular type of PvP that you do guild versus guild. And the other type of PvP, which is the exciting part of PvP in general in Lost Ark, is the one that you can queue up by yourself from the board here. In every major town there is the Coliseum board. You have to be next to it to queue up for it. This is a bad part of PvP in Lost Ark. Probably the only negative thing I can say about PvP in Lost Ark is that as a PvP player, you have to sit here for the rest of your life next to this board and keep queuing for whatever mode you want to play. For me, it's a thing, right? And it's the negative thing that I see about PvP in Lost Ark. Glad I got that out of the way. Let's focus on 99.9% of the rest of the things, which are very, very positive. So inside here, for any of these arenas and games, everyone is equalized. Nobody has an advantage of gear or anything that they can bring from outside PvP. Doesn't matter in any of these modes. These are the modes that matter the most for everyone. Here you have the ranked PvP, which is seasonal. Here you have just the unranked PvP, for which you can queue up with your friends in a party. Here you have the practice modes and so on. Here gear doesn't matter. In PvP in Lost Ark, there is no food, there is no pots, there is no runes, there is nothing that your character might have on his profile that you could possibly bring into PvP and give you an advantage. No way, Jose. So these 4 modes, I'm gonna give you a little bit of details about them. User games is something that you create yourself for skirmishing, for practicing. You create a game yourself depending on which mode you wanna play. Last team standing, team deathmatch, etc., or free for all, and then you invite, or other people can search for your party, for your game, and then just join you so you can practice with them. Very, very nice that they have this, because Lost Ark has an esports side of PvP, and it's super cool that they have a practice mode. It's mandatory when you have esports. I'm gonna get to the esports just a little bit later. The next mode right here is a sort of arena occupation kind of mode, where you have a map with specific objectives and the map kind of helps you. It's more for fun. For this one you can queue up to 6 people inside a raid, right? Or 3 people in a party, and then you get 3 other people as randoms to your group. This is an interesting thing. It's a timed thing. It only lasts for 2 hours, so people who are interested in this will queue up at that time during that particular day. Ranked PvP is something that has only one mode to it, and that is the team deathmatch. Ranked is seasonal. It brings a lot of good rewards. You can only queue up solo for ranked. Ranked deathmatch is a team deathmatch mode in which you have a timer, and then at the end of the timer, the team with the highest kill count wins the match, and they all play at the same time 3v3. Now this ranked deathmatch, I was talking about rewards, right? Now in Korea, rewards are a little bit different than in other regions, and I highly appreciate the way Koreans are doing their rewards compared to Russia and Japan, because if you are really awesome at PvPing, you get real money basically from the game, just because you've done a great work so far that season. At the end of the season you get rewarded 10,000 crystals and so on, and other ranks also get crystals, like for example this one, master rank as translated here, gets 3,000 crystal for every player that is a master. For the current season in Korea, we have quite a lot of people that are gonna get 10,000 crystals. There's actually a couple of pages for them, and then master rank is also gonna get 3,000 crystals. It's achievable. This rank is achievable. It's a very nice system. It's a very simple, clean, organized, nice system that you can take part of, and it's really, really rewarding. Not only because of this, but also because as you play PvP in Lost Ark, and speaking of rewards, you also have extra things that you can purchase from this particular merchant with the tokens that you get from PvP. You can buy a lot of interesting things that are useful to you to sell, or to help you enchant your gear faster and grow and do gear progression, PvE related stuff, right? Nothing to do with PvP gear, but still keep up with your friends that are PvE players, and they are hardcoring this and that, and they're also maybe depositing a little bit in the cash shop, but you don't want to deposit. You just want to spend more time playing Lost Ark and doing PvP because you're great at it and you win a lot, and then you get these tokens, and you can also have, they are weekly or daily purchases of these things, but As you gather tokens, this is just a nice little extra thing to help you progress with your gear or make extra gold. Very, very important. Yeah, all sorts of materials and cool, interesting things that you can purchase with PvP tokens. And finally, we get to something that I should have started with actually. This is the unranked version of PvP. Again, everything here is equalized and very nice to play, etc. Team deathmatch is the one that's also being played in ranked, where 3 versus 3, 2 teams battle each other. The ones who have killed the most at the end of the timer, they get to win that particular match. It's a nice open map, a clean thing, no no bothersome things or things that could PvE things that could, let's say, turn the tides of battle in an irreparable mode. So this is very nice to practice in unranked. You can queue up solo, duo or trio. This is unranked, doesn't force you to queue up as a solo guy like ranked does. So it's nice to get some friends over and also have some fun. Free for all, this you can queue up solo because this is the mode where everyone is in their own team and it's like a 6-man brawl inside the map, and whoever wins, whoever has the most survivability and AoE, wink wink destroyers, then that person wins. Nobody really plays this mode, but it's a fun thing to do occasionally if you're bored of everything else. LTS means last team standing, and this is a 1v1v1v1v1v1 fight. So first guy in team 1 goes against first guy in team 2. Whoever wins out of those two stays in the arena and faces the second guy from the opposing team and tries to kill that also, or do a little bit of damage until his second guy gets to face him, and it's a nice thing. I would also like to talk about this button right here. This is really important and a very cool addition to the PvP system in general. This is where you set up your builds for PvP. You have here various presets on which you can save different kind of builds for different types of arenas that you do, 1v1, 3v3, etc. Now you have skill builds that can be saved, and also very important is your primary stats. These primary stats define your character in PvP. As you can see, every character gets primary stats and you get these from gear, right? Now in PvP, as gear doesn't matter, you select them from this. You have 1250 points, which is the maximum possible in game, and these points you assign here 3 points, here you put 1000, and here you put 247. So depending on how you want to play your class, these primary stats, which are attack speed, more HP, more defenses, more stun duration, and so on, everything that defines your character in terms of stats is here, and you can at any time respec and decide for yourself if you want to play your class as a fast attack speed class, or you want to play a bard more supportive with a lot of endurance, which improves your shield capabilities and also your healing. Or if you want to play that bard in the 1v1 match where you need to do damage and be a DPS kind of class, as a full DPS bard, right? So this allows you to do that. Very, very cool. Not to be forgotten that the skill points that you have here in Lost Ark, how things work is that in order to tier up your skills, right, to these levels and further, you need to acquire skill points. Now in reality, on this particular character, I have acquired 279 skill points. You need to do some specific things in the game. Skill points, you acquire them through potions, and potions you get through a lot of different activities within the game. Nothing to do with the cash shop, even not talking about PvP. But talking about PvP, every character has the maximum number of skill points, and they can spend it. You can spend it however you wish here. You don't need to go grind some PvE before you have the maximum number of skill points in PvP, so you're, as I was saying throughout the video, completely equalized with everyone else. Now lastly, and this is the end of the video, I want to talk quickly about esports in PvP. I will link you in the description below. By the way, I have a couple of videos where I commentate the first ever Korean esports tournament, and that was a lot of fun for me. So I'm happy that those of you who watched it enjoyed, but if you haven't watched it, you can click it, open the description and look at my commentary so you can see how PvP feels in an esports scene in Korea, commentated by a novice like myself. But there is esports. Korea had one LAN esports tournament with real money as prizes, and also Russia had one LAN esports tournament. I'm guessing Japan is gonna have it. Now with this COVID running around, I don't think LAN tournaments are gonna happen, but I'm just saying Korea wants to do it. Lost Ark is designed in such a way in which esports is completely possible in the game. So if you're a PvP player that is also looking to maybe go pro in Lost Ark esports, earn some money on the side from Lost Ark, be famous, go to LAN tournaments, like back in the days in Guild Wars 2, it always reminds me of that. That was such a great feeling to have an MMORPG go esports besides World of Warcraft. Then Lost Ark is your cup of tea. Not only the PvP is super fun, super exciting and very timing and skill based, but on top of that you have so many modes. You have the esports, which gives you, even if you're never gonna qualify for it, you as a PvP fan in an MMORPG, for your game to have esports in it is still a great asset. It's still something to do, something to talk about, and that's why I'm so happy with the PvP system in Lost Ark, minus the one negative that you always have to queue up from this board and you cannot just do questing or grinding and just queue up from a button right here, right? So but other than that, absolutely 11 out of 10 the PvP system. Fun, exciting. You know how I can tell when a PvP system is awesome? Is when I get frustrated hard and bad and I smash my keyboards like I've smashed them and posted them to you guys to see so many times in Lost Ark PvP in the past. That is when I know the PvP system in a game is awesome. I wish you guys lots of love. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are as excited as I am for the Western release of Lost Ark, as excited as I am for the PvP scene in Lost Ark. And until my next video, I'm gonna see you soon. Take it easy.
Yes, it's very hard.
It's really hard. Might just play like